Check. Hopefully everything's working. I haven't streamed in a while. I'm gonna wait until the ad break stops. What's up, Mega Mario? There's gonna be an ad that starts in like a minute, so. What's up, Jared? Also, I'm pretty sure my my go live notification is just absolutely wrong still. It still says that I'm rolling for Kitasan Black. Kitasan Black hasn't been on the banner for like, I don't know, 3 months. How you guys doing? Swapping from Legacy to Riftbound soon. Dude, I'm excited for Riftbound. I am excited. Doing well. That's good. Good. I played a little bit of Riftbound with some proxies. The game plays very close to Magic. I feel, to be honest, like it's very different than definitely different than like the Bandai games, which is like what I've been playing a lot of. But I'm excited to change things up, especially like thank you, Jin Axel. Winning the regionals was freaking crazy, man. So Apophis, okay, there's gonna be some ads, I think. Well, I don't know when they're gonna stop. What's up, Hotaro? Thank you. Dude, what a crazy weekend for me, honestly. Like, I just can't even believe that happened. Yeah, go to Nationals. See how it goes there. Paradox Pulisic, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it, man. Had a friend top 4 the RC in Magic. Ooh, let's go. But yeah, Nats isn't until February, so it's kind of nice, like, just having that security, because I didn't even have my Nats invite yet. So, you know, when I came into the regional this weekend, my goal was like, hey, if I get my invite, big success, you know, and got further than I ever thought, you know. I think Riftbound product will get scalped, especially early on. But I think the way Riot has been treating the official shop has been very good for the game, where it's tied to your Riot ID, which makes scalping a little bit harder, which is good. And then, but I think like initially the game's gonna be probably a little bit on the price. I don't know. We'll see. Shiny Pikachu, thank you for the bits. Big fan of the X3 drop. I appreciate it. Yeah, we've got a X3 drop episode coming out this Wednesday. Just filmed that last night, so I have to do some editing on that. Maybe I'll do that. I'll probably just work on that all day tomorrow. Pull rates are pretty high outside of signature rares. Yeah, as long as because like I don't plan on blinking out my decks at all. I'm gonna be playing min rarity, so as long as, you know, the standard printing of stuff is relatively cheap, I'm probably just gonna go ahead and play Master Yi or Kaisa, which just seem like the two best decks in the format. I think Kaisa's more my style, but I think Master Yi is just like a little bit maybe too good stat-wise, so probably gonna play one of those two decks. But luckily, yeah, I think the game itself, I think for people who are coming from games that are not Magic, it might be quite a bit of a learning curve in terms of like dealing with how to deal with like open mana, essentially. From what I heard, Kaisa was the most, from what I played, Kaisa was the most fun for me. Yeah, I think Kaisa's really fun. Like, Kaisa actually feels more like blue-red, you know, spells, right? Like, you've got, like, lightning bolt type stuff. That one card that deals 4 draws a card. Oh, god tier. 2 rares per pack, 1 mythic per 4, and Master Yi is Delver. Master E, is that Delver? Yeah, I don't know, like I said, I haven't really delved deep. I've just played a couple times with some proxies. And the Yi deck that I was playing was like the old style. Whereas I heard the new kind of wave of Master Yi decks are more like, I don't know, just ramp to big guys type of thing. And then with Master Yi's ability, it's just like impossible to take over battlefields. Oath of Druids deck. Is there an Oath of Druids deck in Riftbound? I truly don't know what some of the other decks do. Like I've heard other I don't know what they're called, leaders. I heard other leaders are quite good too. Like I know people are excited about, I think, Set, Volibear, Yasuo. I forget. How does it feel to being a winter? I assume that means to be honest, it just like hasn't like really set in, if I'm being honest. Like it's like I'm a big what is it called? Imposter syndrome person. So even after I won, I think the first words out of my mouth was, "Holy shit, my bracket was so fraudulent." But I mean, it feels good. Like it was such an overwhelming feeling when I won the regional. Like there were like points in which I was like, there were points when I won when afterwards where I was like, there was like relief. Maybe I'll just go ahead and talk about it a little bit. But like going into the second to last round, it was against Jonas. I was like, oh fuck, man. Like on one hand, I'm like, oh, I'm probably guaranteed to get my invite, so that felt good. But having to play against Jonas, I'm playing for a serial, right? For the last 2 rounds, and if I lose to Jonas and I lose again, you know, I lose my chance at a serial. So the pressure's really high, and of course, for me and Jonas, we're on the big stage, the stream setup, and after winning against Jonas, which skin of my teeth, very lucky, and then going into the last round, like all the pressure was off, and then when I won that game, like it was awesome, like seeing all my friends, because you know LA is local to me, and so having like all the people I go to locals with, all the people I've seen over, you know, the last year and a half that I've been playing One Piece, like to have them all there and like support me, give me words of affirmation, you know, like it was a very overwhelming feeling, and I'm just really thankful for the community around me. I really think like it takes a village to raise an idiot, you know. And I'm just a local idiot, and I'm on the shoulders of other giants, right? Like SoCal is such a competitive region, and there's so many good players that I have the privilege to talk to about the game, and without that, I don't think I could have gotten this far. So how does it feel being a winner? Like it feels insane. It really feels insane, and like I'm hoping, you know, this I've been struggling in One Piece, I think, for a little bit. Like I was much more consistently topping with BY Luffy back in like OPO, what is it, 8, and OPO 7, OPO 8, like those formats, like, and with Sakazuki, like Sakazuki into BY, like those metas, like I felt like I was doing really well, and I top 32 quite a few times with BY, even though it's not listed on my limit list, which still bugs me. But even though they were like 900 person tournaments, I think 1,000 for one of the treasure cups, but they didn't get counted. But you know, since then, like I've been kind of on the struggle bus, and so having like a second place and a first place under my belt now makes me feel that validation, because like I think for a lot of people, you know, until it happens, you're never really sure like how far you can get, right, at a regional. Like I think I remember when I had started playing One Piece, and I was doing pretty well locally. Like I had a couple local wins and store championship wins and felt pretty good about that. And but like at a regional level, it's like it's a whole different ball game, right? And that feeling of like, oh, okay, like I top 64'd once, like how far can I get, right? And like I think that's a question that I'm sure a lot of people who play One Piece think about when it comes to regionals, like how good am I really? And it's a card game, so there's a lot of RNG involved. There's things outside your control that you just have to weather the storm for. And similarly, like I've had to wait for my chance to get there. And again, it was kind of one of those things where like because of sort of recent poor performances, I kind of had this like thought in the back of my head of like, maybe I'm just washed. Maybe I can't get there. Maybe it's like not possible. Maybe I'm missing something. And like, I see like threads on Twitter a lot of times where people say stuff like people overly attribute their losses to RNG, which I think I can agree with for the most part. But I think also there's also a skill in understanding when it really is RNG that has made the difference in terms of your tournament performances. And like but that kind of like shadow of a doubt, right? Like, am I really good enough to say that like RNG is what's fucking me, versus like there's just a blind spot that I'm just not aware of. And so I think like now having gotten that first place, getting that second place, like those type of results are very validating in that like, oh, I still got that dog in me, like I can still hang with the big boys. And yeah, I think there's a bit of like validation there. And if you've ever played against like people like Nikki Goldman, Jonas, they just feel so, they have this like confidence when they play. And I feel like I've never felt that self-confident about my gameplay, and like maybe this is like where I can start to feel a little more validated in having confidence in myself. And I think that's pretty neat, right? I'm not gonna lie, I haven't heard anything about Riftbound gameplay or such. How does it compare to something like MTG or One Piece? So I think it doesn't play anything like One Piece, if I'm being honest. I think it plays much more like Magic. So because I feel like Bandai games, they all kind of feel like siblings. Like if you've played One Piece, Union Arena feels really similar, or like kind of feels similar, and then Gundam feels just like advanced Union Arena. I haven't played Digimon. I haven't played some of the other Bandai games, so I don't know how those are. But like, I feel like based off of Union Arena, Gundam, and One Piece, like I'm like, oh, okay, like I get a feeling for how these card games work. But Riftbound is much more like MTG, where like you are playing for direct value a lot more, and I feel like it's a lot about picking your spots. Like timing is like really important in Magic and also in Riftbound. Whereas like I think One Piece gameplay is a lot about understanding how your game plan is the most annoying for your opponent. I think that's like the main skill in One Piece, is like understanding like when you sit down and you see the leaders, you flip up your leaders and you see the matchup, like you need to know what lines are the most difficult for your opponent to deal with. And while like that's kind of, I guess, because I'm talking really broadly, you can apply that to Riftbound or Magic too, but there aren't a lot of spots in One Piece where you like intentionally don't play like your best curve. You know what I mean? Like a lot of times in One Piece, you're just like, let me do the thing that my deck wants to do, and usually that's good enough. I feel like. Whereas like in Magic, a lot of times, you know, sometimes you intentionally take a weaker line now in order to hold up more mana to be more responsive to things in the future. Oh my god, Cardi Kaizoku, thank you for 5 gifted subs. Yo, thank you. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the subs. How you doing, man? That's my goat, Cardi Kaizoku. Thank you so much. Yeah, it feels crazy, man. It really does. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit about my my preparation for the tournament, because I think so I've done a couple of interviews with people. I don't know if you guys have seen them on YouTube. I talk a little bit about my prep in those videos as well, but I'll just kind of go over it a little bit. I'll just do a little bit. Yeah, how'd I end up on Rayleigh? So let me talk about the story. So I picked up Rayleigh last week. And the reason why I picked up Rayleigh came from a 3v3 tournament the week prior to that. So 2 weeks ago, there's been some 3v3s that have been happening in SoCal. So I usually team up with JCM, who recently got back-to-back serials on an L. And then I usually have my friend Josh Shen, who is my co-host on the podcast, and he's playing UP. So this time around, me and him both play UP generally. So I've been mostly playing UP for OP12. But because of the 3v3, I had to change up the deck that I play. So I started exploring other decks that I thought would be good for the 3v3. So there was a week where I was playing Blackbeard. And so I was just kind of like exploring other decks, and Blackbeard, I just think generally for a 3v3 is just a goated deck. Like that deck is so good in 3v3s, especially when we have like a UP already present in the lineup. So I started playing Blackbeard, and I was like, oh, okay, damn, it feels good to play Blackbeard. One of the things that was kind of frustrating me about UP was that I felt like a lot of my losses were kind of out of my control. Fuck you, Tora. Love you. Thank you, San Sally. Wait, who is your goat? Is it Cardi Kaizoku? Because he is the world's goat. On God, Cardi Kaizoku is invaluable to the One Piece community. So anyway, so I was playing Blackbeard, and one of the things that I really enjoyed about Blackbeard was the consistency of it, and that got me thinking. I was like, Blackbeard, consistent deck. I kind of like this over UP. What other decks are consistent? And then that's around the time where PRB came out, and PRB, the initial 2 decks that like got very obvious buffs were Red Green Smoker and GP Luffy. And so I initially started testing Red Green Smoker 2 weeks ago, and again, kind of like UP, Red Green Smoker is a deck where like consistency isn't great. Like when all the pieces come together, it just feels unstoppable. Like Red Green Smoker feels unbelievable when like in the matchups where you get like where you have to protect your board, Tashigi, and then you have like Volcan, Smoker, 8-cost Mihawk. I was like, okay, this deck is definitely powerful, but like if I'm going to bring it to a regional, like do I really feel confident enough that I'm going to see the pieces I need to see over the course of 9 rounds? And the ending conclusion to that was like, I don't really feel like the consistency is there. And then I thought about GP, but then my brain blast was, well, what about Rayleigh? And I think Rayleigh has been a deck that's been in the back of my mind for quite some time. I've seen a lot of really successful players on it, like Jackie Mock did really great on it at Nationals. I know Sammy Wang from the East Coast has done amazing on Rayleigh. And then over at EU, I've seen Enrico, Dog of Wisdom, do really well with the deck as well. So I was like, man, like why haven't I explored Rayleigh? So this last week I started playing Rayleigh and like researching a lot about the deck. Also, what's up, Jake? How's it going? And so basically this last week I just got into the Hyperbolic Time Chamber and researched all I could about Rayleigh. I had a general understanding of the deck and like why it's good. But particularly the Dog of Wisdom videos that I saw on YouTube were like the most salient for me. So like understanding how to navigate mid game for Rayleigh was like the most important. I think like I have another friend in my play group who plays a lot of Rayleigh, and like I see him play, and I've seen like just in general, like I've seen other people play the deck, and I wouldn't say they've had like the best success on it, even at our locals. But that being said, our locals are like very, very bad for Rayleigh, so maybe that's one of the reasons why I never picked up Rayleigh earlier. But yeah, I was like, you know what? With GP becoming really, really popular in our local meta, I have a feeling that for LA Regional, GP might be actually one of the most represented decks. And so, from my knowledge, Rayleigh was a deck that really beats the pants off of GP. So I was like, okay, it's good into GP. It's okay into UP. It's very dominant into a lot of kind of the rogue decks that exist, and I expected there to be quite a few rogue decks, especially early on into PRB, where like, you know, a lot of decks just kind of got like semi buffs, right? Like the purple Big Mom based decks got buffs, like Shanks got buffs, you know. So many decks got like these kind of mini buffs. So in my head, I'm like, okay, well, people are gonna bring out the cope stuff. So I just want to be really consistent and play a deck that has like a really high floor, and that's one of the reasons why I brought Rayleigh. Thank you, Idio. I appreciate it. And so yeah, so this week I just grinded Rayleigh. I don't play. Y'all gonna have to change the pod to X0. Maybe for this week only, we'll call it the X0 podcast. And then with Rayleigh though, yeah, I think I had to pick up the deck really quickly, and again, shout outs to Dog of Wisdom for his videos. Really got me to understand the mindset for how to play the deck. I think my previous experience with other aggro decks, like I played Classic Zoro, I played Blue Dofi and OP09. I think like understanding these. I also played GP and EBO too. So like I think that kind of mindset for that deck kind of was already solidified for me. So for Rayleigh, it was just about like understanding kind of the particulars in the matchups. And then yeah, to be honest, this is so crazy to say, but before the regional, I can count on my two hands the amount of Rayleigh games I played. I played 5 games on Thursday at my local, and then I played like 5. Actually, no. Okay, so I played, I think, like 6-7 games with my friend Tora, who's in chat. Slowpoke TY, shout out to him. We also played some slop games the night before, and those were all the practice that I got before the regional. I don't play any sim. I am famously in my group a sim hater. I literally have I think I have 0 games on sim from like OP 7, 8 on, something like that. I don't know. Maybe I played a little bit in OP 9, but my practice normally just comes from thinking about the game and just like walking through lines. Yeah, so I don't want to say Sim is like fully fake necessarily, Yandaru. Sim is an amazing tool for volume of practice. Like if you're like testing lists and you need to test ratios, I think Sim is awesome for that. But I think a lot of people don't actually use Sim to learn. They just like play Sim to like feel good themselves. I don't know how to put it, but like they're not playing Sim to learn. And the best possible learning, like you have to actually play to learn. That's like the most important thing in my opinion. Like I think a lot of people just like play like 1,000 games on Sim and hope that that's enough. And I think like depending on the type of player you are, like maybe that is good enough for you to become a top player. But I truly think like it's better to, if you have the opportunity to play with like other people that you know that are good. I think this is again one of the reasons why like being in SoCal is like OP, because like I have some of the best players in the world in my neighborhood. Like the top 8 of LA regionals is just a Thursday for Project CCG. Like you go to Pasadena on their local days, like to win a local, depending on who shows up, like sometimes you have to play through like, I don't know, 10 serials worth of players, right? I just like Sim to learn as my locals are mostly casual. I would say, if possible, I think if you're, because one of my friends, Josh Shen, is like a big Sim grinder, and we have another top player, Tej, who plays. He plays. Oh, is my music loud? By the way, just let me know if I need to adjust that. I haven't streamed in a while, so all my settings, I have no idea if they're good or not. But Tej and Josh are like two really, really big Sim grinders, and they say like once you hit kind of like that top 100-ish area, your games start to become quite high quality. So I would say if you aren't top 100, definitely grind to that point in order to get to the good practice, because I think a lot of the stuff that happens below top 100 feels like a little unoptimal. And yeah, I think like Sim is a tool, but like all tools, like you have to wield it well in order to get the most out of it. Okay, so I'll go ahead now talk about the regional itself. So we went and picked up Rayleigh. Again, I didn't have like super high hopes. It was a little bit of a YOLO pick. But I, thanks to Dog Wisdom, I felt like generally pretty prepped for at least the big kind of 5 matchups, right? So I sit down, and round 1, I play against the Blackbeard, and I was like, oh shit, I don't know anything about this matchup outside of what I watched on YouTube, and I won dice roll. And so I was like, well, even though I know Blackbeard likes going first a lot, I'm going to take second. Because Dog Wisdom said 2-drops are OP in this matchup. And that makes sense. I've played Blackbeard. 2-drops are very, very annoying because Doc Q can't just pop them. He needs like another card, which is really, really annoying for Blackbeard. So I took second. My opening hand was really, really good. I had 2 2-drops and 2 1-drops. So turn 1, I was able to, my 2-don turn, I was able to play a Boa, and then next turn, I go 5/5. And then the turn after, on my 4-don turn, I was able to play another 2-drop, which was the Luffy, and then 2 more 1-drops. And my opponent didn't have early Doc Qs, and so I just smothered him to death, essentially. Like, it was just like 5/5/5/5/5/5/5/5. I think by the time he was at his 7-don turn, he was at like 1 life, and he had to like hold up 2 Dawn in order not to go immediately down to 0 because he had to Black Vortex me. Azrael SP, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's definitely not everything on Sim. There's definitely games where the opponent misplays and I have to play through the situation in my head. Rip. Yeah, I think also Sim, a lot of people play Sim like kind of like half paying attention, to be honest. So that's like another reason why like sometimes the game quality can be bad, or like I don't know. I know a lot of people who play Sim are just usually like doing it at work or something, so they're not like fully in it, or misclicks happen in a way that like wouldn't happen in real life. So yeah, so anyways, Blackbeard, I get through that matchup, which was like one big sigh of relief for me, you know, one round down. Next round I play into Calgara. Calgara, again, I've never I was thinking to myself, I was like, god damn it, I have no idea how to play any of these matchups, but luckily my job is easy, right? Like I know I'm faster than Calgara, and so I will just play my game and do it. And I won the dice roll again against Calgara, so I'm just thinking, okay, we're just gonna run at face, and I know in the mid game he's gonna have bigger bodies than I do. He's gonna go wide fast as well, and I'm going to play this like I played the Rayleigh Mirror. I'm just going to hold Dawn up and make sure that he's not able to easily clear my board while I'm pressuring him. And so I get a hot start, and I just do the classic Rayleigh thing. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. And he searches 2 bricks, actually, with upper yards. He searched... his first search was a Nell 10 drop, and I was like, okay, I gotta kill this guy. And then his second search was the 3-cost search event that finds 2 Shandian warriors. And so I was like, okay, this guy's got 2 bricks, and he's been countering like mad. Like from the very beginning of the game, he's countering super hard. And I am just like flooding forward, going. And he didn't play Ohm Holly, so he's not nearly as fast as I am. So again, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, and he eventually plays out the 3-cost event, and he whiffs. So not only did he search a brick that he wasn't able to use for counter, the event whiffs, which is absolutely crazy. And even though I think even if he found stuff to play, he was just in like a really tough spot. So I end up taking that, and now I'm 2-0, and I'm just like, god damn, this is quite the jungle that I'm making my way through. Sim. Oh, Tad quieter. Okay, I'm gonna move music down just a bit. Hopefully that's good. I'm also talking a lot louder. Maybe that's the problem. I'm gonna move the music a little down. Maybe this is too low. I don't know. And then that way I don't have to talk as loud, because I always end up, when I stream, I always end up talking really loudly, and then I lose my voice. Sim is the only way I'm able to play consistently. Yeah, that's fine. You know, again, I think it's fine if, like, I'm not saying Sim is like useless. I think it's far from useless. If anything, I should be playing more Sim. But I think like I am blessed that I am constantly surrounded by really good players, and my practice mostly just comes from, if I'm being honest, 99% of my practice is just against myself anyways. I sit there. I don't know if One Piece players call it this, but in Magic I call it goldfishing, or Magic players call it goldfishing, where you're playing goldfish, you're playing by yourself. And I walk through lines without even another deck in front of me. Like, I just think like, okay, what is like the most annoying thing that my opponent can do here, right? So like I've walked through lines over and over about like, what am I looking for, what is my opponent looking for, and I just like kind of sit there and think about like what matchups I feel like I am likely to see. One of the nice things for me is that I play a lot of different decks, so I know generally what my opponents would want against me, and so I can find a game plan for that. Players in Korea are so cracked. Damn, I'm so curious what the Korean meta is like. It's the fighting game player mentality. Yeah. I'm in fighting games. I'm a lab monster. Like, I love sitting in the lab. So that definitely translates to me in card games. And see my deck list on YouTube. Nice. Hopefully you guys like my deck list. My deck list is honestly nothing special. It's just a rip of Dog of Wisdom's list, except I'm playing a different 2K. I'm playing the Brook 2Ks instead of the Sanji 2Ks. So yeah, so again, in terms of practice, like I think there's a lot of practice you can do by yourself, and I highly suggest people to explore other meta decks if they can. I don't even think you need to buy, you know, if you have Sim, you don't need to buy the deck. You can just like play it yourself, and even if you don't like love the deck or anything, at least you get a sense of like what it feels like to be in your opponent's spot, and that's enough. Like you get a sense of like, when do they feel pressured, when what things are really annoying, like, yeah. Starter deck cards were in promo packs? Wait, that is so obnoxious. What? Dude, that must have been so annoying for Korea. Yeah, and like Dofi is like one of the best decks, and Dofi, the starter deck cards are so good for Dofi and Ploofy and stuff. Had to split on cases to build decks. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I never I'm always curious like what's happening in other regions and like how they're planning on catching up to global. Okay, so that was round 2. Round 2 was the Calgara matchup. And then I play into blue purple Sanji. And I was again like, holy shit, I've played now, I'm 3 for 3 for decks that I've played 0 games into. Sanji, blue purple Sanji, I know a little bit about what the deck does. But I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, well, they're going to be trying to interact with my board with all of their events. Their win con is generally going to be just sit back with Sanjis that get infinitely big. But they're a 4-life leader with a lot of bricks in hand always. So in my head, I'm just like, it's fine. I'm just going to play my game. It's gonna be fine. Mr. Host of that one league show, one regional. Yep, that's me. That's me. It's so funny because people are like, "Oh, weren't you that one guy with like offline TV?" And I'm just like, I'm just so old, man. People remember me for things from like 10 years ago now. It's so crazy. Hopefully, I can, you know, build momentum again for content, but. Yeah, it's crazy to be like blessed to be in the position that I'm in, I guess. Okay, so blue purple Sanji, this was the game that I had like the sketchiest hand. I mauled into just like absolute dog, and I was Gelato Squid. Thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. My new roommate put your podcast on the living room TV, and I was like, that guy. That's so funny. Yeah, I'm the One Piece guy. So I started my career as, oh, you were that like League of Legends show guy, into, oh, you were on Greatest League Talk Show with Skara, into, oh, you were that guy from One Piece. Oh, you were that guy who did Magic content with Command Zone, and then now I'm One Piece guy. So I think I've gone like across the globe. But again, thank you for Gelada Squid for the sub. I appreciate it. Bro, Ducky goes on vacation. You go and win regionals. Dude, you know what's really funny about that, by the way? So Ducky, me, and JCM, we're like a static. We're a 3v3 static. Every time there's a SoCal 3v3, we show up. And so we've been joking for a while that like, you know, me and JCM, we've won an uncut sheet. And so Like, Josh, or Ducky, where's your uncut sheet at, man? Where's yours? And now he's further in the hole because now JCM and I have now won an uncut sheet and won the regional. So Ducky's got to step it up. It's his turn. His turn to win at least a big face card, because I think uncut sheets aren't a thing anymore. And he has to win a regional. So tough for him. And then for me to catch up to JCM, I need to win like 10 billion cereals and rice cooker. Until I win a rice cooker, I'm just not on the same level. I can't be spoken in the same sentence as JCM. But it'd be like that. So yeah, Blue Purple Sanji. That game was really, really awkward for me because I felt like there were lines that they could have taken that would have won them the game, actually, because they searched all 4 of their boof bursts, both bursts. I have no idea what the proper pronunciation about that is, but they used it to draw cards. So I don't know what their hand was like, but I was thinking to myself, like, if they had bounced my only body on board over and over again and just chipped at me with lead, that would have been really annoying for me. Because most of that game, I like couldn't find bodies. I don't think I saw a single searcher that game, and I think I was relying on like 1 Luffy and like 1 Sanji to try to win the game off of. It was like really, really bad for me. And he plays out a Reiju, which is like super annoying. I had to mole pistol it out of the way to keep up with pressure. And there got to be a point where I was at like 2 life and he had 2 Sanjis on board that were like 8Ks. And he was just like kind of focused on clearing my board and like attacking into my Sanjis. But in my head, I was like, dude, if this guy just like went for it, I think he could like 2-turn lethal me. But luckily I was able to, you know, survive and then kill him on like the reverse crackback. Just wait for the Pluffy meta and it'll be back-to-back 10-0s from him. That's what I'm saying. The thing with Josh is that even though he doesn't really have the results to back him up, that guy is an absolute demon. Anyone from SoCal will tell you that that man is an unknown demon. Let me find the YouTube videos for you guys for Doggo Wisdom, and I'll share with you guys the videos that helped me out.
So good.
Wait, why did that just pop up? But Gelato Squid, thank you for the sub. I appreciate it. Okay. Welcome to my YouTube algorithm, which is CDH, the Vikings, Melee, and Uma Musume. The most important things in my life right now. Okay, so Dog of Wisdom. I actually, maybe it's just better to go Rayleigh OP12. So this video and this video were the 2. You can see which videos I was watching. I watched this one for a little bit, but I like the way this guy talks about the deck. This guy's my goat, okay? This guy's just like he just talks about the deck in a way that just like works for my brain, and like it just worked for me. Like, this guy is also, I think in one of these he's wearing an Arsenal shirt. I don't know which one.
Welcome back to the channel, guys.
I know this guy's an Arsenal fan, and you know, I'm also a Arsenal fan. This is weird, but the fandom for Arsenal is called Gooners. It predated the term, okay? When I say I'm a Gooner, it's not that I'm beating my shit, all right? I'm just a Gooner because I'm a fan of the Gunners, okay? I just want to make that clear for people who don't watch the EPL and don't watch soccer or football or whatever you want to call it, okay? I am a Gooner for Arsenal. I am not a Gooner in that I beat my shit. I am not slamming my Gibson, as they say, you know? What region are you from? I'm SoCal Melee player. I used to compete back in like 2014. You guys want to see? It's fun. Okay, this has been really fun for me because a lot of you guys are new to me and my content, so I get to share with you guys stuff from my past that you guys probably haven't seen. But I have oh fuck, what the? Oh, Sizz. Okay. 9 years ago, I was at Genesis 3, and I am. This was like one of my stream matches that I was in. I don't. And you can see me get absolutely washed, and I was so nervous. Look at me. Also, for league knowers, in this corner, I don't know if you can see it because of my webcam right now. Where's my OBS? Okay. There's me. I'm wearing my I think this is the t-shirt that no, never mind. It's not. I own a tank top that's a Ryu Shoryuken, a orca whale. And then in the corner you can see Patrick Scarborough, also a longtime friend of mine. But yeah, so I used to play Melee, and you can watch me get washed by Sizz, who's like a very accomplished East Coast Marth player. Yeah, opposite coast, yeah. Yeah, this was pools, and yeah, I got washed. I made it out of the first, yeah, so this is wave B, so I forget how far I got, but I used to compete in Melee, and that was a lot of fun. It was a good time. I have very fond memories of carpooling with 2 canceled Melee players and Leffen to NorCal tournaments. So me, D1, MacD, and Leffen would carpool up to NorCal tournaments together. It was a lot of fun. But yeah, anyways, these were the videos that I learned everything I know about Rayleigh. This is the 3 videos. If you want to learn Rayleigh, watch this guy. This guy's fucking good as hell, I think. And I really like the way he talks about the deck, and I really like his particular deck list because he is a big fan of consistency, and I love that. Consistency is great. This video is mostly a deck profile, less good. This video is awesome. He talks about like card choices, and then talking about really important things to keep in mind in stuff like the mirror, and like what points in the game you need to stop playing for value and you need to push. So this guy is just very good at like talking through everything. So I really highly recommend these 2 videos in particular. Oh, see, he's wearing an Arsenal. Gooner, fellow Gooner, let's go. But yeah, these 2 videos are truly like worth their weight in gold, in my opinion. I'm not sure, of course, like if other people will get as much value as I did from it. But I think these videos have a lot of info that could get you there, like it did for me. Like legitimately, if these 2 videos did not exist, I would not have played the deck. Everything I learned about the deck was through this guy and my 1 week of practice on the deck. So yeah, this is I would check these out. I'll just link them in I'll just link them in the chat so that way it's just easier for you guys to find. So, oops. Super recommend these 2 videos in particular. Okay, so where were we? I just played Blue Purple Sanji. And then oh, what deck am I playing next format? Andrew Moy asks. What deck am I playing next format? It'll probably be Emu. I had the opportunity to talk to Jonas a little bit when we played at the LA Regional. Shout out to Jonas, by the way. I'll talk about our match as well. Jonas is just someone whose like thoughts are just, again, kind of like Dog of Wisdom, just like full of gold nuggets. And he really believes in the Emu deck, and he just thinks that that deck is the deck. And I haven't really looked at OP13 at all. Yeah, I know a lot of people really love Ace. Man, am I allowed to just say what he said to me? But he says that Ace is a very awkward deck. I don't know jack shit about OP13. I never look at future sets. I don't even know like what the cards do. So I don't look to me about OP13. I never look ahead. I always just focus on like what's ahead of me. I might look ahead this time around just because like none of the next few regionals mean too much to me. So yeah, is this the regional winter stream? Yes, sir. Welcome to the stream. But I mean, on paper, Ace seems very good. Emu is giga fucking boring, to be honest. I've heard the opposite. I heard Emu is like an incredibly deep and flexible and interesting deck is what I hear about the deck. I think like it reminds me a lot of BY Luffy. BY Luffy is like a deck where I think gets overhated for the easiness of it. Because people think about the winning state of when like you're looping the Sabos and being a 9k leader, and don't get me wrong, that shit is broken. But it's like how you get there is like what makes the deck really interesting and fun. And I think Emu feels like that as a deck. Like, of course, the 10 cost is absolutely busted, right? Like fucking crazy shit, man. Like what in the hell? Like when I look at that card, I'm like, okay, that seems very obviously broken. But I think it's kind of like navigating the lines into the winning state is like what makes it interesting. Thank you, Ray. I appreciate it. Emu is likely BDIF, but most room for error is extremely fragile. Yeah, that's kind of the vibe that I get. It's kind of like BY Luffy, where like sometimes you will just die like a dog for making a mistake, right? Like, I'm trying to think of other decks that are like this, but like, there's just decks that I think get kind of overhated because the endgame state is just so overwhelming. I think Blue Purple Luffy is very similar. Although I think Blue Purple Luffy, like the game plan is like a lot more linear than BY Luffy or Emu was. So yeah. Emu boring to the same people that think Sokka and BY were boring. Yeah, that's like the vibe I get, but again, I don't know anything. Don't look to me. That's just the vibe I get. I just don't actually know. I love playing Emu. Lots of decision trees. Also, we getting a podcast this week. Yes, we filmed one yesterday, so I'm gonna spend tomorrow editing it. It'll be up on Wednesday. So yeah, go check out X3 Drop on YouTube, where me and Tora talk about this weekend, but also to be honest, what I think is the most important thing that helped me this weekend, which is just like fixing my mentality for the game. When looping is so likely to know what you will see when you search, yeah. You just curve out your elders and then play 10 drop. I don't know if see, again, I feel like that's overly simplifying it, you know? We'll miss Ducky's racist boots. Oh, don't worry, Tora's got you. He found his boots in the closet. How did you fix your mentality? So I think okay. I know we're kind of sidetracking from my like matchup stuff, but I think the stuff is important. And again, we talk about this in the podcast too. So some of this information will be pretty repetitive if you also watch the podcast this weekend or for this Wednesday. So 2 weeks ago, I played a local and I played a game against John JCM, and I realized at the end of the game, like, man, I was just like making a lot of mistakes, and it was just a friendly game. There was nothing on the line. But I played through that game really fast and I lost. And I thought about it and I was like, I definitely could have played that way better. And then the other thing that came across my mind was like, why did I allow myself to make those mistakes? And why was I so nonchalantly playing through that game? And I realized that I developed a bad mental habit of not trying my absolute best in every game. I don't know if that sounds crazy, but like I realized that like some games I was just kind of going through the motions and not like calculating everything, right? And being lazy about things. And so there were moments I realized like, so I played a lot of UP. There were moments where like I didn't calculate what my opponent's best lethal against me was, and what I wasn't informing myself on like what my best outs were to my opponent's board state. There were times where like I didn't keep track of all the cards I had searched, and so I didn't know what percentage chance of my next 5 were going to look like. I just wasn't like really taking every like microcosm of information that I'm receiving through a game and converting that into calculation, right? And I think that's like a bad habit that I just sort of like developed without realizing it. And so one of the things that like I made a promise to myself, and like it was a goal of me for these last 2 weeks, was to like take every game that I play incredibly seriously and like really focus on the things that are important. I think like I'm somebody who is a bit of a tilter when I play. Not in the sense that like I get angry or anything, but like I definitely get down about like bad luck situations. And so I realized that like a lot of my mental stack was being used on things that like weren't helping me win. And yeah, so in the last 2 weeks, I really started to practice like locking in, essentially, like taking each game and like really sitting there and not allowing myself to be lazy about anything, and like really trying to practice winning. Does that make sense? It's just like, it was just something that I noticed about myself that I was doing and I had to fix. And so these last 2 weeks, I just like really sat down and practiced locking in. And I think that can be good for more people, I think. And just like getting your brain in the right mental state. Like we talk about this in the podcast too, but we have another top player, Tej, who has top 8'd, you know, multiple times. Very good and accomplished Bonnie player. And he was talking to me in between rounds at the LA regionals, and he was like, dude, I've been winning all of my like really hard matchups, like Blackbeard, but then like kind of like letting games slip away from me on my favorite ones. And so we were talking about it, and he was like, dude, I think I just try harder in my bad matchups. And so we kind of talked about it, and it's just like, you can't allow yourself to get lazy and don't think about things. You have to like train your mind to not think about anything except what's directly in front of you. And the better you can do that, the more you're just like optimizing your brain space to win, you know? And I think that is something that I needed to practice. It's something that Tej said that he was like, okay, yeah, like I'm gonna have to actively practice this. And it's something that we talk about in the podcast with Tora. So if you guys want to hear more about that, yeah, check out the podcast on Wednesday. Like, I think there is 100% a mentality thing in card games that like isn't talked about enough, and something that I think is like really important if you want to be a competitor in the game. If you've come from fighting games, you'll know how much, like, especially Melee. Like, Melee loves, there's a book called The Inner Game of Tennis, which talks a lot about the mentality behind competition. And, like, I haven't read it myself. I think I should read it. But I know, like, that book is touted as, like, one of the great books for, like, talking about competitive mentality and, like, really being able to push yourself to be a competitor and not get lost in like other bullshit, like oh my god, I'm so unlucky, or oh my god, I wonder what's gonna happen, I don't know, after this tournament, or like oh God, like please let me win this one so that way, whatever, right? Inner Game of Tennis. It's like 150 pages long. I looked this up yesterday. It's not a very long book, but I heard that book is amazing for like talking about the inner mechanics of like how you think about competition. So something that I honest to God, next time I'm at Barnes and Nobles, I'm picking up a copy. Okay. So let's talk. Let's go back and talk about the tournament again. Oh God, we're getting an ad in 30 seconds. Maybe I use this ad break as a time to get some water. Give me 1 second, guys. 18 seconds. There's gonna be an ad break. We'll be right back. Hold on 1 second. I think we're in a ad break, so thank you for people who have subbed. Thank you for supporting the channel and me. I currently am in between jobs. Dude, maybe that's why I won the regional. There was like memes going around on Twitter talking about how like being unemployed is like such a huge buff. But the problem is that I'm not using my unemployment to get better at the card game. I'm just like using my my joblessness to play more Uma Musume, which is really not helpful for my One Piece career. Okay, ad break ended. Welcome back, everybody. So round 4, I finally play a matchup that I'm comfortable in. It is against GP. This was against a local. He is one of, I think he plays at Project. I'm not exactly sure. And our game is really close. And he ends up having to just like burn a ton of Dawn using Gum Gum Giants to survive. And he's just kind of like hanging in there. And but he has bodies on board that like 7Ks that I'm like not willing to swing into. So we're kind of just like killing each other, just like punching each other in the face. But I think in the end, it favors Rayleigh if I'm able to go wide enough. I don't remember that matchup super closely, if I'm being honest, but I was just thankful to have seen like a favored matchup into 4-0. Okay, so after this round though, bro, I was like really nervous. I normally don't get nervous at tournaments. I'm usually like pretty composed, I think, just as a person in general. But for the first time, like at a card game tournament, I was feeling something in the air. I was jittery. I was telling people like, dude, I feel like my heart is just like pounding. Like in between rounds, I was just like, I was like doing breathing exercises. Like I was like, oh my god, I'm 4-0. We're like almost halfway through the I was stressed out, man. I low-key blame chugging a Monster in the morning. Like maybe it was just like too much caffeine for me. And yeah, I don't know what was going on, but the round after that was against a Rayleigh Mirror, and I lose dice roll, and he takes second. Dog of Wisdom says that he prefers first. And so I was like, I think I'm okay with this. And so he takes first. I get a really good start again. I think generally speaking, like throughout this weekend, I only had 2 games in which like I felt like I didn't really see like a good start, where like I didn't start with like searchers into Luffy. Like again, just showing how consistent Rayleigh is as a deck. But I like rarely had any games where like I didn't play an on curve Luffy, which just goes to show you like how lucky I was, and again the general consistency of the deck. So in the mirror, one of the things that was constantly on the back of my mind from the Dog of Wisdom video was talking about how important it is to hold up Dawn for Conqueror's Hockey, because the way the mirror is going to go is like you guys are going to keep chipping at each other, and you guys are going to go back and forth. But if you don't hold up Dawn, it gives leverage for the other person to start swinging bigger numbers in order to overtake the board. So there was a situation where I kind of had a big board, like I just played like Luffy Sanji, I had arrested Luffy, something like that, and he kind of has been swinging into my board too, but he establishes his own Luffy Sanji. However, it was at the cost of holding up Dawn. So there was a turn, so I was at 4 life, he's at 3 life, we've been going blow for blow on board, and it shifts back to my turn, and I noticed that he doesn't have any Dawn up, and I know he has Conqueror's Hockeys, but he just chose not to hold up Dawn. And that turn was when I started to just throw 7s at him. I had the Luffy Sanji, so I had just like several 7s that I could swing at him. So I swing 7k, he takes. He goes on to 2 life. I throw another 7k at him. He goes down to 1. And this is where things get really hairy for him, because then I jam with my leader. I think it was like 9k, 10k, something like that. And he has to give me 2k, 2k, 2k. He has to give me 2 Conqueror's Hockeys and another card. I don't remember if it was 9 or 10. So, but 2 Conqueror's Hockeys. And at that point, I just held up 2 Dawn and was just like, give me your worst, bro. Like, see, like, what can you do? I'm at 4 life. I don't care that you have 5 bodies on board. You are not killing me through 2 Conqueror's Hockeys. So he's just kind of forced to just like try to chip at my board. And the Hockeys, he clears most of my board, but I'm able to keep up a Luffy, at least 1 Luffy. And so the next turn, I'm able to just go big again. And I'm just like really forcing it. And I know I just have a lot of counter in hand. And he just ends up falling over from that point on. So like, again, Dog of Wisdom, that knowledge came in really handy of like, I think another player in my position may have tried to extend the game by like chipping away at board and keep doing that song and dance again. But I felt like I had the leverage to just like really force his hand and make things really awkward. Because like, as soon as you are down to 1 life against Rayleigh, you just have to be prepared for him to jam 2 turns in a row, right? And Rayleigh as a deck doesn't play any blockers, so like you're kind of a sitting duck once that happens in the mirror. So that was the mirror, and ended up taking that. And again, it's just like, holy shit, guys! At this point, I'm 5-0. I'm like, I could smell the invite, right? Like, and that was again my goal for this tournament was to get my invite to Vegas. I'm like, okay, 5 rounds down, we have 4 rounds left. Like, I can do this. We can do this. Okay, next round, let's go. I play into Purple Katakuri. What the fuck is that? I'm just like, yeah, that's exactly what I said, Kowloon. I was like, it's just a local. Just win a local. That's it. Purple Katakuri. I was like, what is this? The only thing I know about this deck is that I saw the sim stats on it, and the sim stats show that this matchup is very even. And I was like, oh wow, okay, it's very even. And I've looked at deck lists, and so I know they run Charlotte Oven. If you don't know what that card does, it's a 4/5, I believe, and it activate main, like rests itself and pops a 3 cost, and then they ramp. I don't remember what else the card does, but I just know that it's a card that allows them to just pop my shit and keep ramping, and I'm like, oh god, that's terrifying. I don't know if this guy played that card or not, and I was like, okay, well, I won dice roll. I'm just gonna do my thing, and we can pivot if he plays it. So the game kind of develops where his first turn was an event searcher, gets him a Charlotte Pudding searcher, and I was like, okay, well, that's not particularly. That tells me that his hand is not that good because he's like looking for pieces. He plays out the other searcher, and then searches up a 2-cost Katakuri. So then alarm bells are again ringing, and I'm thinking, okay, he is preparing to play 8-cost Katakuri as fast as he probably can. But the 2-cost Katakuri requires your opponent to be at 8 down. So in my head, I knew that the turn on my 8 down turn, I need to be ready to just go super ham at him, because I don't want to give him the opportunity to establish an 8-cost Katakuri. Like basically all the 8-cost blockers in the game right now, like Mihawk, Katakuri, like they just slow you so down, because as soon as they have that 8K blocker, like it just changes all your swings. Like if you go like 5-5-5, right? Your whatever your last swing is just gets bodied by the 8 cost. If you swing bigger, now you're just like having to commit so much dawn, and like your development gets slowed down because you're kind of forced to keep swinging 8s to try to like force cards out of their hand. What's up, Vexilla? How's it going? So I was like, okay, so I'm just gonna race him, and I noticed there was like he was starting to like take life off of like kind of low attacks, and so on my 8 down turn, I just turn up the jets. I'm going 7, 7, 7, 7, and eventually he gives me 1, 1, 1, and I was just like, it's like one of the most important things as an aggro deck is just like knowing the correct numbers to swing. When someone gives you 1K, 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 you shouldn't swing 7 again. You should just swing 6 again. And so I changed my swings to 6s, and then from there it's just like he just gets run over. He searches another time with another card, gets the 5K event too, and it's just like I just know that if I keep spamming these like low 6K attacks, like he's forced to over counter, which is like very good for me. So that one was pretty one-sided, but according to the stats, like it looks like it could be kind of close. So I was just like glad, like, okay, that was a matchup I was not prepared for, and luckily Rayleigh is just a deck that just the floor is so high that a lot of decks will just fold to it naturally anyways. So very good for me. And then we get to our next round, and I'm against a GP, and I'm just like, oh my god, my bracket is just like been so kind to me here. GP is like the deck that I'm trying to play into, and I play into this guy, and he's just like being a cockroach. I feel like this happens in a lot of GP matchups where like they have a 7K body that's like swinging at my board, but they're having to hold up a ton of Dawn every turn because they just have to respect the amount of swings that I do. And despite that, like they're still just forced to use Gum Gum Giant very frequently. And like there was a point where I was at like 3 life, and he had I think the double attack Luffy and a Zoro Juro and leader, but I'm at 4 life at that point, and on his turn I think he goes to 3 Dawn or something. Like his Dawn economy was just like absolutely cooked. And so I felt like I was in a situation where I could just keep pushing and just run them over. I feel like GP, like especially a lot of the builds I see right now, they just play too many bricks. So like eventually if you keep poking at them, like they're forced to start using Gum Gum Giant really early in order to find more just like raw counter cards to fill up their hand from getting poked down. And yeah, like it just gets really ugly really fast for them. He also chose to starve me. That's one of the reasons why I was at such high life. And I am just not sure how good starving Rayleigh is. I feel like when I'm being starved, it means that I don't have to think about survival at all, and my only job is to put as much pressure on my opponent as humanly possible. And because of that, I feel like it gets into situations where, like, if they're starving me and my opponent doesn't have enough counter, my ending turns start just to look like 15-15. Like I just go super heavy on their last few life, and because they've been starving me, like I just get more chances to like do huge dumb swings at them. So I'm not really sure like how good starving is. And GP starved, interesting. Okay, so I mean, if I forgot his name, Skeppas, if he's starving, I mean maybe that's the correct play. But I've been on the end of being starved, and like I can see the merit, because if I, as the Rayleigh player, low roll my searchers, which, you know, happens. It happened to me twice in my games. I just run out of juice, and then things get a lot easier for my opponent. So yeah, I'm of like two minds about it. Like I can understand. Like I think starving just like makes it so that the Rayleigh has to have a good hand, which like maybe is good enough. Okay, so then yeah, we go to round 8. And I look at my phone, and it's Jonas. It just had to be, huh? Jonas is on UP, of course. And I'm shitting bricks, because this is like, I'm now like happy because I think I have earned my spot, like my invite at this point. Like even if I lose my last 2 rounds, I'm pretty sure like I'm in top 16 at a minimum. Yeah, the round that I played Purple Katakuri too. So Slowpoke TY is Tora, and yeah, he was sitting next to me, and he played into Jonas, and the round before, and I was just like, well, I feel like it should have been me to kill some. Based off our testing, though, I don't know, man. You need the shrine more than me in that matchup. So I was just like, you know, at all the roads always end with Jonas. I feel like everybody who does well at a tournament, like Jonas is there. He's just the final boss who is just like incredibly kind. If you've ever played like Undertale, it's like you're meeting what's the goat's name? The goat lady? I forgot her name in Undertale. You guys, Uriel? No, god, I forgot the Toriel, yeah. But instead of the final boss being Faker or like, you know, something like heinous, it's just Jonas. If you've ever played against Jonas, he is just like the nicest guy ever. He will kill you with just pure kindness. But nothing about his gameplay is kind at all. He sits there being like, "Oh man, hey, how's it going? Oh, good, yeah, da. Like he's just chatting, being really like awesome and kind, and then he's just like 6 lead, 10 lead, just squeezing you to death with his gameplay, and you're just like, fuck, man. He's so kind about it though. He just kills you with kindness. But yeah, so round 8 is against Jonas, and bro, like this one was the most nervous that I had been all day, because the cereal's on the line, right? Because if I lose this match, then I have to win the next match. Or again, I like at that point it feels like I let a cereal slip between my fingers. So I was like, man, I really want to win. But you know, I'm trying to refocus. I'm just like one game at a time. Jonas is human like the rest of us, and it's one thing. I don't know if all people feel like this when they play, but like when you play against established players, I think there are people who psych themselves out. Like, oh God, here we go. Like I'm playing against, you know, one of these like big names that everyone is scared of. But I think one thing that I've always like liked about my mentality in competition is like, even if I'm playing like, for example, in Melee, like our locals, you play against freaking S2J or something, and you're like, I ain't winning this, but I'm gonna make this as hard as I can for my opponent, right? Like that's like the mindset that I take, and I'm like, okay, I'm against Jonas, I'm gonna make this the hardest game possible. And we can actually watch the video together, and we can talk through the game. I actually think I misplay this game a little bit, so we can learn together a little bit. Because I don't think I played this completely optimal, and I actually wish I had practiced the UP matchup
when
just
Jonas
like
has
a little
literally
bit
countered out with
more
like
going
7
into
2Ks
this.
already in the game.
Okay, so yeah, VOD review for free. Hey, I'm really not about the whole like gatekeeping thing. You know, if people want to support me, you know, I'm happy if you do, but I'm really not out here trying to like milk people. Speaking of which, like I kind of want to do like coaching or like VOD reviews for people, and just like turn that into content, but just do it for free anyways. But if you guys do want to support me and you know want more like direct line of communication with me, go check out my Patreon and all that. Appreciate everybody who supports the channel or you know, X3 podcast. But yeah, like subbing to me on Twitch or on Patreon are both great ways if you want to do that. So okay, let's talk through UP versus Rayleigh.
A good classic matchup. I think is Rayleigh is like what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Okay, so my thoughts on this matchup, Mr. Commentator, is this is an extremely tightrope matchup. Can highly recommend Patreon to others. The extra podcasts are another great unhinged listen. Yeah, we do extra Patreon episodes every week. So if you like the podcast, you get an extra episode every week. So this matchup is like very, very topsy-turvy. Like any small thing can get punished by Rayleigh, and UP, if they see their kind of optimal lines, it actually is like very, very hard, I think, for Rayleigh. So it's kind of a matchup where it feels very one-sided for both players. So I win dice roll. Very funny. Jonas rolls first. He gets a 9, and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to lose dice roll. I need every advantage I can get into the goat. And I roll a 12. 6-6, baby. I was like, oh my god, I'm winning this. Okay, so let me see if this is. Yeah, okay.
Both ways.
I don't remember what my starting hand was, you know, but okay, so I play a Nami
from the blue-purple,
and you can see there.
Luffy perspective.
What's up, Nerva? Apologies, at work, can't stay. Thank you, I appreciate it. Have a good time at work. No worries. So you can see that this top 5 is not optimal, but luckily I didn't whiff. That's the important thing. So Brook,
Zoro,
great card still for the matchup, but kind of sucks to lose out on Boaz and whatnot. So
and then from the
again,
Rayleigh side,
I get a great start here. Double Nami search, so I get another chance.
You really
at
need
this.
to see those four.
And here I again don't see a Luffy, and I'm like, okay, well, that's tough.
I want to see that.
We're gonna go ahead and take the
Sanji right there being
Sanji.
picked up to
and
be played
notice
off of
that
the
I have
forecast
a Kitten
Luffys.
Killer that I put
and
down,
you just want to continuously try and go as wide as possible.
So
but also,
now we're at Jonas's turn.
Pressure your opponent's life enough to where it's like, hey, okay.
6 lead, and he just passes, which I was like, okay, I'm very happy that he didn't ramp or play out a Zoro
You know,
Juro,
this
which
has
is
to
usually
happen.
pretty annoying.
This needs to be done. And, oh, Jonas with no 3-Dawn play isn't the worst.
Oh, I already
case
had a
scenario
Luffy in hand. Oh,
ever,
thank
but
God.
it's
Okay, so
also
Luffy-
not the best.
Not
just
when your
deciding which
opponent has the
events I wanna show
optimal
him.
4-Dawn.
Show armament and
yeah, this is great. And we're
Searcher.
going to see an observation hockey and armament hockey being revealed to play out the Sanji. Arrested Dawn now going into the leader
and
for
then
a
I'm
6K
able to
swing.
throw a 6K at leader.
And these are two very
And he gives me
extremely.
So a couple things here is my thought process in this matchup is that I think some people want to try to rush Luffy down as fast as humanly possible by throwing really tall attacks, but I kind of like poking a lot better and just going really wide and trying to like force UP Luffy to constantly over counter with like 2Ks against 6K attacks and events. That's like what I think of. So I actually like playing the long game against them if I can and try to overwhelm them that way. So I like this approach. I've heard of other people who play their armament hockeys early in order to like really press fast, and I personally haven't explored that line myself, so I just was like, you know what, I'm just gonna play
well-versed
the normal
players. We have, you know,
thing.
Jonas, the first national champion.
6
We also have
lead.
Zell here, very accomplished player.
Okay. Shout out to Luffy TV because he's like gassing me up here. He's like, yeah, Jonas, accomplished player, first national winner, and then he's like, yeah, Zell, also accomplished. I'm like, no, I'm not. What do you mean? But hey, I appreciate the gas, Luffy TV. I appreciate you for saying it. I don't have any accolades in my under my name. I'm just a guy. Yeah, I guess now you could say, oh, he's won a regional, but I was like, whatever. Okay, so this is annoying.
themselves,
He
you
is
know,
able
just
to
getting-
God Thread and continue to ramp.
a lot
and then I'm at
top.
3 life. So from this
And I
point
mean,
on,
this is
I
God
am
thread on curve right here. This is exactly what
the rest of his swings are going to be at my
Jonas
board.
wanted to
is,
see to be able to
what I
answer
know.
the
So,
6 cost. You can see
what do
he's
I have here?
he's in,
So I definitely
kind
want
of
to set
chill
up
mode.
another Luffy Sanji.
and that's mostly because
can.
the first couple turns of the
So I'm deciding here
This,
what searcher I want to
this
play out.
matchup
I
is,
have
like,
both
very mapped out. It's very-
I have Shakuyaku, and I also have the 4 like the hockey search event. And so the order in which I do things are I'm like trying to
understood.
calculate. Right now, I think I have not seen a Luffy that
And
many
they know-
Luffys.
these players know what
so
they're doing.
I am preferring
Again, we may
to
not have had
search
a
for
1-Dawn or a
Luffy
3-Dawn
first
play, but that is just
versus Sanji?
that's just sometimes
No,
the
never
game
mind. I
plan
guess
for,
I'm just I have the
Purple
Nami,
Luffy.
so I'm
You're-
able to search both. So,
You're
okay, so
looking
here
to
I found the
survive until
Luffy,
the end
but
and
I'm
get
putting a
the draw
Sanji
two-
below.
The draw
So I'm
two
always
and
just trying to
Sanji
track
combo turns.
like what
Like,
cards
this early
I'm
game
putting
is
down
kind of,
below. So like
passable
here
for-
I'm like trying to internalize. Okay, I've put more searchers down and a Sanji and
for us,
Luffy.
and we
into
are
the
going to
bottom.
get
So I'm just like,
the Nami
okay.
search into another 4-drop.
Can you? Oh, sorry. Is this loud? My bad.
But the question is,
So I'm just trying to, every time I search, it's like super important to just like keep internalizing like what are future pieces that I could need that I'm putting down below. But one of the things that I'm seeing right now is like I haven't really put that many events down below, which is nice for me. So okay, now I have Luffy. I actually think I misplayed the hell out of this turn, by the way. So this turn, I use my 1 free Dawn, and I'm able to play the
perfect. He's able to find like another finds
Searcher
another
Hockey
Luffy,
event, and I'm
also
like,
finds-
you can see how stressed I am. Look at how stressed I am. I'm so funny when I'm stressed. I'm like trying to breathe.
Might have been looking, I would imagine, for another Sanji here, but yeah, we are gonna.
So
take
I'm like,
Luffy,
okay, I'm
even
just
though
gonna
we're
keep
having
taking
Luffy's good.
Luffy's.
Good card.
yeah, can't want to. Definitely don't want to bomb deck. Even if
And I think the problem here is that I don't have a good play off of Luffy. So I searched 2 Luffy's into hand, but like I'm not really happy with what I play
Looks like we're gonna
for
go,
it. So I
Was that
This is okay. This is the mistake. So now I've bumped up Sanji to an 8k swing, and remember how we talked about like big swings are not as good as tall swings, or wait, yeah, low swings are better than big swings. Like this is a mistake. This here, I already know I'm probably gonna play the Brook that I searched on turn 1. So this should have been on a Nami, and I could have gone 666 or 667 this turn rather than what you're gonna see here. So I go 8, and he's just gonna take.
This is going to be taken to hand pretty swiftly, and now we're.
And then I play Luffy, and I'm gonna play out a Brook.
Luffy coming down, revealing the armament, and
This turn is bad. I think 666 would have been much more annoying for Jonas to deal with than what's gonna end up being an 8-9 swing.
yeah,
Like,
Brook's solid.
what am I doing here? This is you can see me. Look at it. This is the realization that like I fucked up.
Brook.
Yeah, Brook's solid.
I'm an idiot. Okay, yeah. So I'm not happy with my play. I'm like, damn, I misplayed this turn.
Conquerors, I think. Wasn't
Yeah, it was
sure.
the Conqueror Saki. That's what it was. And Brook's gonna give the 2 Dawn on top of.
And
the
then
Dawn that's
I'm
given
going.
from the
I'm
4
gonna go
cost.
9. And like at the end of the day, 9 swing isn't. It's not the worst, but it's definitely
This is a lot of pressure.
not great.
Yeah, from the 4 cost Luffy play right here. So I think Jonas might have to take this. Not where you want to be. Definitely very tough.
Yeah, Jonas was like, damn, this guy's an idiot, no?
Very tough spot to be in. But
Like again, this isn't like the biggest misplay ever, but damn, this guy made it all the way to this table. Really, this guy?
if they're
But yeah, 666 would have been much better. Like, because in these matchups, it's kind of hard to utilize the Nami searchers because like 2K is just like a little bit too much to get them to swing. But Brook actually like is the bridge, right, for these things to swing, and that would have been far better than what I did. So
is somebody that I believe could get out of this.
So we're at the 8 Dawn turn, and this is where I'm like, please don't play the 8 cost Luffy. If he plays an 8 cost Luffy in here, I'm like in a lot of trouble.
Jonas.
I believe we're at our billion.
So he's forced to swing 7. If he had swung 6 at my Sanji here, I would have gave him 2k. Like, I'm very happy to not play for value on this turn and instead look to really press. So I think maybe some people would have looked at this swing and gone like, why is Jonas swinging 7 into 3, and why was Cell even thinking about countering? Because you need to sustain the amount of swings that you have per turn. So here I'm just like not willing to give 3 cards up for the body, and so you can see me like think about it, and then yeah, actually I think Jonas even calls it out. He's like, you ain't countering for this. But I'm just happy that he attached it down because it means that it's no 8 cost Luffy. So here he's gonna go ahead and play Nami.
Stave off maybe some of the pressure coming in next turn, but how likely do you think?
And the important thing here is what if he tops with the Nami or
Probably
bottoms.
unlikely, just with the hand size that Jonas has. There's always a world, you know, but I feel like it would have to be a world.
And he's
potentially lose here.
deliberating.
We're making a pretty.
I'm so curious from Jonas' side.
decision here for Jonas is,
It'd be fun to get
how are we
him
gonna resolve
to
this,
VOD review with me.
Nami,
That'd have been
and we're
cool.
gonna put
But
those-
he tops, so I'm like, okay. He likes what he sees. He's prepared
Yeah,
for
you know what that
the
means
upcoming turn.
is if
So
they're putting those
very
two up
scary,
on
very
top
scary.
with 8 Dawn up, it means that
I go
Sure,
to my
no,
8 Dawn
sure.
turn. My
Like,
hand is fat.
one of those
And it's time to poke away.
Almost, I would say almost for sure has to be either an 8 cost. He's probably top that meet, and now we're just kind of
So again, not a great target for the Luffy that I just, or no, I'm playing out Buggy here.
we're just taking a gander. You know, it's like, all right, this is
Trying to see
Let's set this up. Let's get
what I
get,
can set
you know,
up.
some-
I note that I put a Rad Beam
something
away.
random off of the other unknown 3 cards, and then I'll be able to play with whatever versatility I left on top.
Right, we're gonna play the 1 cost buggy. Gonna grab ourselves the 1 unblockable.
So I'm gonna go ahead and buff the Brook up, and Brook is an easy 6.
No, yes, 6 into life, 3 plus, yeah.
get the
finish
Bon
looking,
Clay
give up a 1K
for counter.
simply.
Mm.
And now, I mean, we got a whole plethora of Dawn to use. I mean, I'm counting. Yeah, we got 6 more Dawn to use here.
Rayleigh is capable. We are going to
Rest
see
3.
And then I'm gonna go ahead
Zoro.
play
I like it.
Rush
Keep
Zoro.
chipping at hand size, and
We're just
and
chip,
then we're gonna
chip.
have 2 big swings as well. Might force the
Another
Johnny
1K.
block
I'm like, god
might
damn, this guy
force,
got a counter.
out of
I know,
hand
the Luffy
for
gets
some
buffed.
form of counter.
6 lead.
We're gonna see an 8.
What you got for me,
Now
Jonas?
that Toon Dawn is committed, the Luffy does gain its buff.
And I'm like, oh, okay. Anytime someone starts to give you 2Ks when it could have been 1K, you know their hand, right? So
Sorry, not 8.
I know that the plan is working. I need to keep swinging 6.
And now we go 6 with lead, leaving 1 up for a counter, potentially.
Another 2K. And
yeah,
now I'm able
3.
to... one of the really nice things... So normally speaking, you always want 2 Dawn under your leader. And the reason for that is that if they clear your board, or they try to clear your board, like the Luffy becomes weak. It becomes a 4K and very easy to swing into. But because I have the Zoro's a lot stickier as a 5K, and because I'm holding up a Dawn, like I'm basically letting Jonas know that like I am willing to fight for my board and keep it
Really
alive.
Nipping at Jonas's hand size there, but see a Sanji. Does
So-
this board.
If you have an 8 cost Luffy, I'd be feeling like just over the moon. Over the moon.
Oh, you know what? I just realized.
So you
Okay,
use
I'm
guard,
there's like
tough
several
part
misplays I
is
made
size
in this
is
game
really
actually.
What needs to be
Dude, the
dealt
stress
with.
just got to
The
me.
tough part is
So he
not
takes
being
Sanji,
amazing. I don't know if he has a Sanji play. I didn't look into it.
and then he
He's
keeps on top.
falling into an event here exactly
So how do you attacking
to be wary about.
So
'cause
6
it's-
into
again,
Brook.
like the
I'm
wide
willing to let that go because I have the. I'm gonna leader ability with the buggy next turn, so I'm willing to let that one go.
Really tough. It sucks.
play? Oh,
And then he plays out a Rosinante,
Cool. Rosinante.
discarding a Gear 2 to draw
Discard
2 cards.
here. Second, draw 2 cards, which we know what those draws were, which I believe is another Sanji.
So like I'm pretty happy with this.
Yeah, it didn't feel like a bad turn. Very, very tough. What, 5? Going.
And we go back to poking 6 lead.
But we do. I mean, every attack means.
Jonas is like, well, I'm gonna keep giving you 2Ks. He's like, you're making this really annoying for me, and then you see me, I'm like, look at me, I'm just poking you. Dude, I'm such a goober. Who lets me play on stream? Don't let me embarrass myself like this. Okay, so I'm poking away, and he immediately gives me Gum Gum Giant.
Not great.
Having to commit what was the giant giving up this.
Giant.
And we're just gonna keep chipping away, chipping away. So like, I know I have Jonas a little bit on the ropes here because he's over countering, right? Like I know he is getting close to not having counter, and that makes me happy.
Giant for 6 is brutal, man.
And now he gives me another 2K. He's giving me like 3 2Ks at this point.
These 6Ks have gained tons of value because essentially
Again,
every
6
6K
lead.
has gotten well, not every, but
Another
the last
2K.
4 now
I'm
have
sitting
been
there like, what the
attacks.
fuck? This guy playing.
Each
How many
6K
2Ks this guy will play?
4 2Ks or a Gum Gum Giant.
I still have another Luffy in hand. Just trying to understand like what my game plan here is. So here, I think the game plan, I'm pretty sure I have multiple unblockable events or ways to find it. I'm pretty sure after all those pokes that I'm supposed to jam. He's already jammed with unblockable event because he has already used Gum Gum Giant, so he probably at maximum has like a Bagua or something. Like he's not going to be able to counter for what would be 13 at lead. Like I think it would have been really annoying for him. So I think this was like an opportunity where I could have gone a bit bigger here, but I play out
Sanji.
for a 7. So here I'm like, do you really have yet another 2K here? So I go 7 lead.
7 after seeing all those 2Ks.
And he still has a 2K, so I'm like, god damn it. You can see me chuckle about it. I'm like, how many 2Ks this guy got?
Since
Jesus.
I guess me
And
me
then
being a
I play a Kid Killer, and I'm like, do you have another 2K? There's no way, bro. There's no way you got another 2K.
All these 7s or all these 2Ks. So let me go. Let me see a 7.
So 7 cards in hand.
Still have 2Ks. And it turns out Jonas still.
And he has another 2K! That's why he's the GOAT! That's why he's the GOAT! He just has infinite 2Ks.
Did have that 2K.
Jeez, Jonas is literally.
And I'm sitting there like, damn it.
I'll tell you what.
A mere mortal,
Wild. And then we are gonna.
a mere mortal would not have seen that many 2Ks. I swear, I swear. And now I see King Kong Gatling, definitely part of my like endgame plan here. And so I'm pretty ready to end the game here pretty soon.
Just be a wrap if, depending on what Jonas is able to find off these top 5 here. Can't really see it. It might
Off
be
camera,
off
yeah, which is
camera
fine.
right now, but he's keeping it.
So he goes into the top 5 and he picks up. Okay, this is the other mistake that I just thought about now. So he takes a 1K here, and that's gonna be important
Wants to
later.
make sure that we're in for something.
Zorojuro. Oh, to the bottom.
Deck. Yeah, he's got to do it. That's tough. That's really,
That means
really
no
tough.
Sanji. That's more continuous. You have to get rid of the loop.
He runs 8 in his list, but somehow he finds that. He's just the GOAT, man.
What is the most threatening thing on the board?
He's just an absolute demon.
Luffy's for
Okay, so
sure
he's gonna go 9 into
ultimate
Kid Killer.
threat.
And I'm like considering countering for it. I'm like, Kid Killer's pretty good.
It's lower than 5K, so. it
But
could be
I have to be very conscious of like
off
what
the
I am
power
willing
or
to
less,
protect
4K or
for.
less, then that's where you get that.
So I am going to go ahead and use
a very big protection for the board here.
minus 1K on the
So
board,
minus
use
1K
Conqueror's
for the
Hockey, and then I'm
board
going to use the
overall, as
unblockable
well
event.
as The unblockable event to stop Kid and Killer from.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I have 2 unblockable events here. So I think last turn, had I pushed him to 0 with the unblockable event, which I think would have been pretty likely when he only has 2 Dawn up, and I just eked out that many 2Ks from him, like I think I would have been in a pretty dominant position there.
Oh, it's so tough.
Jonas still has a ton of Dawn remaining to try to navigate this, so I'm not.
But anyways, this is the line that I chose.
Rosinante goes.
He goes 5 into Buggy.
Go into. Looks like we decided to go into.
I'm
Buggy.
deciding, okay, yeah,
So
I'll
5
give that
into
up.
3 there.
The KK is better than unblockable. So the thing is with UP, like, I feel like if you can force him down to, like, I've already forced him down to like 4 cards. Like the unblockable presents like a much bigger threat. I don't know. Maybe it's better to do what I just did. But I think there's merit to pushing him down to 0 there, and then going for double unblockable. Like unblockable 13 this turn, or 12 this turn, and then play the Buggy and then go for it the next turn.
Rosinante not being a slash type relevant. Actually, I don't believe we have a single slash type.
But I think it's very, very unlikely that he would naturally have the counter for that. So, but yeah, you might be right. I mean, this is definitely a bit of a safer
There
play.
it is. A little
And then
late,
boom,
but,
8-cost Luffy. And the timing of this is bad for me because you know, he's going to it's not affected by the Conqueror's Hockey.
I think we're going into the
And
Kid
he's
Killer.
going to go ahead,
He has to trash
drop the thing. So like he at least had 1 brick
Red, and we
in
bounce
hand
to Luffy.
the turn
Luffy's
prior.
the big threat. Yep.
And
we're gonna
then
see
he's
an
got the
8K
Luffy
into
here.
Kid and Killer. This is not a 7. The -1 still applies to the leader effect, but since Luffy was played after,
So I'm considering.
the Conqueror's Hockey,
Uh,
you do have an 8K connection here, so it's going to command 2Ks out of his hand. He could give up his unblockable event.
I'm pretty sure I wasn't sure if I wanted to. Okay, so this is another part where like I think I could counter here, like counter 2K, and then counter whatever he throws at me last. I
Hockey,
think
but it
might
feels
have been
really
just
bad.
better. I just wasn't sure if I was 100% going for it on the following turn.
Possibly need that to go for game next.
So like I'm trying to think right now, like what's the likelihood I die on the crackback, and 5 attacks into 3, and I just wasn't sure if I like could go for it next turn. But I think I should have just double saved
Jonas
here.
only having 2 cards in hand.
Give it up.
So I let it go, and I decide that
These are
like maybe I
really-
can
really
play
two
out
really
another
good
turn.
cards. Oh, we give it up. Okay, and now.
So I think I'm supposed to protect there. I think that was a
commit
misplay.
One more Dawn here, and try to clean up the Zora. What is this?
It's gonna be a 7K.
Yep.
He gets out of it.
Just like give up the
Alright,
2 cards.
Can Jonas make magic happen? That's the real question right now. It's gonna be very difficult.
But I think the problem was if I gave up my whole hand for it,
we
I think I'm out of
don't. Yes, we
out of
don't.
events in my hand.
Rosinante
Okay,
doesn't
so
have a
2
resistance, right? I guess- no, that's
boost the buggy.
character.
Here I should have gone 7. Cause I know he has a 1K in hand. So here I should have gone 7.
Yeah, no,
I
can
think.
Dawn withstand.
If I go 7
Oh,
here,
he does actually.
I think it makes things really awkward for
Oh,
him.
he does. So Jonas missed it. Or-
Yeah, that was actually.
And then you probably maybe just heard the commentators. He also forgot about the Rosinante ability to restand to Dawn, which actually would have changed the matchup. Yeah, if he had remembered, I would have lost this game actually. So even Jonas misplays sometimes.
Misplay.
Oh, okay.
But this should have been a 7K attack because I know that he has a
Oh,
1K.
man, if his last life is like a Bagua, he might be shooting himself in the foot for that.
Or if he has the giant and draws into another giant. But I guess we know what our hand is.
Sure, yeah. Yeah.
So now,
That's tough though. That's the pressure, man. That's the pressure. It can even happen to quite literally one of the.
So the way I played was to potentially play for another turn,
Dawn's a robot.
Yeah.
but I just don't know if I really
Wait, your tone?
can expect to live here. Like 5 attacks, 10 Dawn. So like let's say he goes 7 7 7 7 7. No, he can go 9 9 9 9 9 9. Can I counter out of 2
I mean,
9Ks?
people can make mistakes.
No, I would never. That's crazy. I didn't say that. You said that.
I didn't know that was possible. Oh man,
All right.
what a dude.
So yeah, countering out of the buggy is kind of comfortable for us. Now we don't.
So I think honestly, like at this point, my head went kind of blank. I was just like,
down
God, what
to, like, another Rush Zora,
what am I doing?
Yeah.
Another Kid Killer. But all
So
these things
I was
kinda
like,
start
what do I
Dawn,
do?
and like, oh, if you're so you can kind of
I was like, okay, let's get some information here, and then from this top 5, I can decide if I want to play for yet another turn or we go for it. And then this is when I was like, okay, I found Mole Pistol.
There is a chance that he loses on the clapback because he did have to use quite a bit of counter from the previous.
And then also Mole Pistol, the other thing I like about Mole Pistol is that then it's also hard for Jonas to
Weimar.
rid of the Nami.
it's like a body that can swing into me, so
That's game ending, I think.
Yeah, potentially. Definitely a potential. Zell, I can see the shakes and I can understand them.
yeah, I'm so nervous here. Like I'm like, oh, did I just Mole Pistol without having a 6K body? And I was like, oh no, okay, Buggy was 6K. Oh, thank God. Okay, boom, Mole Pistol. Yeah, I'm nervous. I'm like,
Potentially
this is the moment.
I think it's tough. You might have to just put your opponent. You might have to put him on not having,
Okay.
like any counter. I would maybe consider just swinging
7
6
7.
here.
Oh, 6. Okay.
Yeah, like 6 8 might be your best choice. Oh, actually,
You can see the stress on my face. I'm like, I don't know what to do, man.
sure. He has the 2-cost event, the King Kong Gatling.
Ah, yeah.
And I'm just like,
Yeah,
I
so you
think
could
I'm
go
think I'm
7
just supposed
or
to go 6 because if he takes, then it's like spooky, and then if he counters, then I feel like I can any rusher like
When Jonas has literally
makes it
countered
really
on, like,
difficult for
7
him
turns already
to
in the
win.
game.
In
Yeah, we're
fact, I
allowed
think
to
he just
counter
dies no matter
phase.
what.
Yeah,
And we know that Jonas has gone through so many.
I think at minimum he's used 16.
Yeah, I was like,
There's
this is
just
probably the
a
longest
good
turn of the game. I'm
possibility.
just like, holy shit, what am I doing?
So, yep.
Yeah, so I
We're gonna go.
Ooh,
I go
he's gonna
6.
see
He takes.
He takes. Oh.
You saw I was a Gum Gum Giant in hand.
Nah, that's
He just fudged it, but like now his opponent knows.
And I'm thinking about it. I'm like, okay, if I use King Kong Gatling,
That's wild.
Oh, that's crazy.
that's just it.
That's blue purple.
It's only a 10k swing. Is that really gonna be enough?
King Kong. We can still get this, right?
Oh, he's got giant. Oh, he had another giant. It didn't matter. Oh, snap, he's him. But does he get a counter card?
Oh, so good.
Jess, thank you for the sub. Holy shit, 99 months. Woo! And yeah, so he flips up a gear too. So if he had restood the Dawn, he would have had it, bro. He would have had it with the way I played that. I'm pretty sure the lines were wrong at the end for me. I'm pretty sure I could have played that game differently. No, so even if he did restand, I think the turn prior, I needed to protect. I should have given up my hand for this next swing.
Relevant.
Now
So this is all
There it
fine.
is. It's a little late.
What do you attack?
To the Kid Killer.
But in my head, I was already like trying to decide if I am really going to die or not. And so I like chose kind of a halfway line here. So boom,
Because Luffy's the big threat.
defends. We've got an 8k into
We're gonna
the Kid
see
Killer.
Oh,
an
Like here, I could have. So I only have. Okay,
So
let's see
good.
the hand here. So I have the 1k, a
proceed.
brick, a 1k, a 1k,
8K,
and only 2 events. So this is why I was like a little worried about what to give up here.
This is not a 7. The -1 still applies.
Because like basically I have to commit my entire hand in order to try and win on the next turn. Like it's very all in, and like I wasn't immediately willing to do it, and that's why I played out for another turn. But I think had I just dumped my hand, maybe that was the better play. Shoga, thank you for the Prime sub. I appreciate it.
To the leader effect, but since Luffy was played after the Conqueror's Hockey, you do have.
Yeah, so I'm like,
It's
God, what
unblockable.
is
They need that.
actually the best
Jonas
plan
is
here?
Rude
And
to
so I
me.
just let it go. But let's say, okay, so let's say I protected. I wouldn't have had leader ability. So then I go 6 with Zoro. I go 7 with Zoro. I would go 7 with Kid and Killer. He is probably going to block. I go 7 with Zoro, or leader, I guess. 7 with Zoro. He has to either take or Gum Gum Giant there. And then, yeah, and then I use, if I drew an event, then I can leader ability onto Buggy.
Oh, we give it up. Okay, and now. Oh.
Yeah, I think that would have been better, right? Like I throw my hand for it, and
We're
then
gonna commit.
I think it's
one
just
more
guaranteed.
dot here.
Well, not guaranteed,
Right,
but
and
like
this is
still maybe the
Zoro, what is
closest.
It's gonna be a 7.
But I chose the line that gives me the most flexibility because now I still have 2 events
Gets out of it.
in hand, and I think in my draw was the
Alright,
Buggy, right?
Can Jonas make magic happen? That's the real question right now.
But yeah, Jess, thank you for the kind words. But yeah, I think in the stress of the moment, I was just like, I don't know if I need to all in there. Like it's just such an all in play, and I just wasn't ready. But I do think swinging 7 would have been much
Yeah.
smarter. Like I just needed to force.
So Jonas missed it.
I just needed to force.
Bagua,
7k would have been the most annoying swing there, yeah.
quite
I think that was like the big
Alright,
misplay, if
now
there,
we
if you
jump
can call it that.
Zoro location. If you're on a jump like 8,
actually has like a fairly chance that he loses on the clapback because he did have to use quite a bit of counter
Yeah. Okay. So, anyways, very lucky that I was able to manage to squeeze this game out against Jonas. And again, just like I said, like even monkeys fall from trees, and it is what it is. Okay, so that was like the most stressful game because now that was like the game with the serial basically on the line. And now I play against Blake, otherwise known as Shinobi. I didn't know this, but I guess he's a pretty decorated player from SoCal as well. I've never seen him before, but apparently he's taken a big break from the game.
You get across the.
I'm channeling my inner Ospas there. I'm just like, relax. It doesn't. Yeah, you can tell. You can see me. We're chatting. I'm like, man, I don't even care. We
Your
like.
matchups are what you are looking for. Angry Bird Luffy. And if I'm not mistaken, Blake.
I'm
was,
chewing gum that my friend
yeah,
Phil
he
gave
was playing
me.
a couple of interesting cards.
So here I lost dice roll.
that I really,
And
just really
you'll
enjoyed.
see just like how
Like,
unfortunate
I
my
have-
opponent's
I have
hand was.
a
So
Bond this
plays out
with
Nami.
Radio Knife, and Radio Knife is just like it's a really unique.
and guess what's not
choice
there?
in this deck.
Sanji Pudding.
And,
Yeah, this is
you
GP
see
Luffy.
The two Gum Gum Giants. It feels
he
like
takes
you
a
have to
giant,
take that. If you're bottoming two giants,
puts the
that
rest.
would be absolutely tragic.
And my hand is very goofy. I have I drew an event, but I have Boa, Luffy, Sanji, and I'm like, oh my god, okay. Here we go.
Here on the Rayleigh
So-
side of things, though, you do see that I believe they have 3.
6 lead, he
they're kind of
takes.
bricks, but if they can
play
get them down
Boa.
in time, you see 3 of those Sanjis, I believe, in the hand. We're
And
gonna
here
start
I have a Luffy, but I want to guarantee the ability to leader ability next turn, so I end up taking an event here.
not sure if we can afford to take.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, I take
Looks like
hockey.
we are gonna take,
Yep, Conk Luffy. To
potentially
make
need the.
And then he
2
swings
events.
5, I take.
Mm,
So he's choosing not to starve me.
2 events in hand. Those
And then he
are
plays
kind
Zorojuro.
of,
And
Zorojuro and Curve.
3, 4, 5. Still no Sanji Pudding. And you can see on Blake's face, he's like, God damn it.
What's it called? Curving out pretty perfectly so far. But I think honestly the best 2-drop and 4-drop play of the
No
deck.
Sanji Pudding in the top 10 is
And
tough.
We did find a Sanji in this search. I think.
Yeah.
No,
Uh,
we did not. No,
no,
that's like your second.
Usohachi? Are you talking about the Sanji? Which Sanji are you?
I should
talking
watch my opponents more, because like I feel like
thought-
you
I
give
thought I
away
saw
information if
Sanji,
you're not
Sanji
stone faced, and there I should have
about?
known.
Sanji Pudding. I'm
Okay, so here we've got the
no,
2
no,
events, and so
that
now
would
I'm
be
set up.
useful.
So
Him not having
we've
that
got
would be tricky,
we're
but
gonna start the pressure here.
It also is
5 lead.
Definitely on Rayleigh to have a lot of like the null guns and
1K?
the answers to the Sanji puddings. So we'll see if he's able to develop that. But we have 4.
Show the 2 events
for
again.
Luffy being
Play
played
Lu-
for being
the Sanji.
unblockable, as well as I think it was.
And this one might look weird. I think people might have
Was it
like
Conquer?
think to crack the boa
tell
here,
what
but
it
I
was,
actually
Conquer
want him
or-
to swing into the
Yeah,
boa.
It was, okay. It was.
So swing
I knew it
6,
was
he takes
just a
again,
very solid
and then I'm just gonna
card.
continue to go wide, play
Yeah,
Shakuyaku, and
Search another top
we're gonna
5,
take the
and
take the
so
Luffy.
we could
So I think some people might get baited to always try to extract value out of the boa, but you have to remember that like them swinging into boa is still value for you.
aggressive over the next 2 turns. Not using this boa, but it's such a free attack into. I guess the Nami doesn't attack for free into it, but the Zoro does. Zoro's our leader,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, I don't. Oh man, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think the
this is
commentators were like,
the
"What?
Sanji
Why
pudding
didn't he crack
in
that?"
The finals on curve. So this is.
It's 'cause the long game, brother. Okay, so he spends a Dawn and swings into it. Here I counter because if he plays Sanji Pudding and swings at my leader, like I'm gonna counter one of the 6Ks. So it's the difference between countering out for a 1K or a 2K. So here I'm supposed to not crack boa. No, you don't want to crack boa there. You want him to swing at it because I want to stay at like 3 life. I want to stay relatively healthy.
For him to use stage.
Like think about it this way: this boa has replaced itself already with a card. It's costed them tempo because now they spent a Dawn in order to swing into it, and then it's gonna eat a 6K attack as well because they can't leave the boa on board. So like think about how much value I've gotten out of that this card, And had I just cracked it, he took the 6K anyways. Had I cracked this, and it would have been no different than swinging 6 or 8. And then if he countered for the 6, I'm still happy. I'm still happy. I got a 2K out of that exchange.
Pray that it might be the top card off the deck.
So I give a 1K.
And then we got resting very aggressive. I think we're.
And he rests my board, which this was actually pretty annoying because I don't have
Doing the leader.
I don't have
as
Luffy
well. So he's
at max
realized,
power
you
here.
know, I think he knows this matchup very well. Blake is under here. And
Oh, we're gonna go Zoro.
So he's gonna go ahead, swing at the Luffy. I'm just not willing to protect these. This is just like
We're not willing to
too many cards, and I just need to
leave it
get the
out.
gas. And so the boa ends up sticking.
On open
Big for
or
me.
Any kind of Bagua.
so, does he have Bog one? They're interesting that he does.
So we're gonna clear the Nami. Again, just like
yeah, I think the Bagwa's definitely
being able to clear the weenies makes it so that it's harder for him to attack my weenies. Like he wants to attack me. Like he wants to put me in a position where like he could kill me.
so in hand. If he had Luffy,
But with the way I played the early game, like it's just like very awkward for him.
And
Zoro, do we Bagua this just to get the ramp?
6
No,
lead,
no.
1K. Like damn,
Because-
Boa's gotten so much value here. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's not
And then
Man,
I get
solid
another
card.
Luffy Sanji.
looking good. Just
Here I choose to crack
We're going for a big attack. Is this gonna be into
because I want to swing into Zoro Duro.
Now you Bagua.
But low-key, I think maybe cracking Boa there was still wrong. I think maybe just like going 6 is also just fine. Like he has 2 Dawn up. My thought was like maybe he's holding up another DMG or something. But like to be honest, cracking that Boa made no sense. That was like not a good play.
I'd maybe consider a Sanji.
Looks like that's
So DMG. the
He's
tough
still
part
struggling to
is
find
that
pieces, so he just continues to play DMGs to keep resting my board. But this time around, I have the attached on into Rayleigh, so it's harder for him to bully my board.
It's not an awful Rayleigh coming up, depending on the draw.
Yeah, board wipe here. I mean.
So 6 into
not really.
Sanji, I'm like, okay, fine.
Mm-hmm.
But look at my hand now. It's all events. I'm like starting to regret my decisions a little bit. But yeah, this is what I was scared of, him shipping it into the Luffy. But the Luffy, I'm much more willing to give up cards for. So
as well as an unblockable or another Conqueror's Hockey, yeah. So Zell is also in a bit of a weird spot.
and now that he has no Dawn up, I'm like, okay, this is where we start shipping big.
Kong Gatling.
So we're gonna go
Let's see
ahead,
what we can
use the
find.
search events.
I was about to say, I think he just.
And I was funny because like I almost didn't find a body, but found Kid Killer, which is freaking great.
Disappointment. We do have to be too upset deciding on
This is the finals, man.
Yeah,
Oh.
semi-finals the previous round and final.
I mean,
Don't forget being stamp on there.
So yeah, here I'm just gonna start pressing.
8 into Zoro.
And I was like, maybe I should play around triggers here. So I'm just gonna go ahead, buff up Luffy, put the Dawn on Rayleigh, swing 8.
Play into. Okay, that was leader effect, and then we're gonna go 8K into probably the Zoro. Oh no, life.
Life, yeah.
I
Wait,
think that was your second.
I don't. Oh, it was another 6. Yeah, gear 2 Luffy. It was a 6 cost Luffy. Oh, this is rough. Very rare, very rough. And he
Yeah,
knows
shields
he's
down.
going
It's
down,
time
getting
to
first.
press,
Oh,
and he
he's
takes
good,
that
he's
life
good,
too.
he's good.
And I'm like, god damn. Okay, so
Don't
now
think
I
Blake
played
has
Kid
much,
Killer.
Much in hand.
And I'm like, I'm here to try and drain as much
Oh,
counter he has
I
right
don't
now.
think
So I was
He's got a
like,
few. He's
He's
got
got
a
a
few.
few. Never mind.
I could
That's all
just
I
go
thought
8
by
here,
that.
but I decided that I'm just gonna go and use the Gatling now. Even though it's not max value Gatling, like I just eat so many cards from his hand here. So gives it plus 3K. So now Kid Killer swings for
I
10.
think you do because of the yeah, the leader. Is it? I thought it.
It's base
There's-
power. I think it counts base power, so you don't get the +1. Yeah, it's only plus.
Oh,
one.
is
2K,
it?
2K,
Okay.
something.
So 3
2K, 2K,
2Ks to get
2K.
out of that, and
Kaboom!
pass turn. Note. Oh wait, maybe he does.
drop, right? So
I saw jump, but I believe it.
And now his development is awkward because he needs to be able to counter out at 15. And then I'm at 4 life.
Oof, yeah, nah, at the start of this match, it's just like the difference
Oh,
6. I'm gonna protect 2k.
is game breaking, and then here comes 6 cost Luffy. For the
Leader ability.
back into Kid Killer.
Swing 7 into King Killer. I'm like,
We're
that's
gonna use the
fine.
extend effect. Looks like not.
no, he can't. He can't restand.
Oh,
Or no. He already restood too. Sorry, I thought you were talking about.
yeah.
Oh yeah, just unblockable.
2k. He has to hold up Dawn.
Another kid killer. Oh no, it's a bug.
I'm just gonna go searching for an event here.
I thought it was a kid killer first. Oh my
You
god.
get the
I wanna
armaments.
cry. I wanna cry for him.
Luffy.
Buff up the Luffy.
Yeah, this is.
We swing 10,
no,
so that way he
10.
can't Bagua or Gum Gum Giant.
See a giant.
And he needs another card. And remembering I just swung, I got 3 2Ks out of him before, so got 2 cards out of there.
Now Rayleigh can say.
He does have another giant actually.
What is this? I can't count.
I'm
We
like
got-
deciding if I want
this
to
is 11?
hold up
Yeah,
Dom,
so
but I
it's-
think I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like pretty safe here.
Deciding if
Like,
you wanna go
I was like,
12
is there
or
any way I die here? And I was like, nah, there's no way I
was
die.
thinking, like, is there
So
a
I just
way
go for it all.
next turn?
7,
Which I don't
12.
think
I
so,
don't
like,
believe
even-
there is. You have 4 life, and your opponent only has 4 attacks. So.
We're gonna start next turn with 0 Dawn.
Yeah, that's how he
Yep,
dies.
that's it. That is game. Cell is gonna take it. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's
Fist bump of friendship.
that's it. That's
man.
the whole run, guys. That was
man.
how I
So,
ended
I
up
mean,
winning
poor Blake, though.
a
Poor Blake could
whole
not find
regional.
Sanji pudding to save his life,
Goddamn.
in that
Goddamn.
game, and that
Between all of that to really
Yeah, you can see my head. I'm just like, what the hell just happened today? What is going
It's
on?
hard to say. I think it was pretty
Yeah.
pretty brutal.
the game with 4 life. Oh, I've been in that same spot where you're like, oh man, I just.
And I was like, damn,
I'm happy
dude,
for you,
like
bro, but
your
I'm
hand was so,
sad I didn't see
it was
that.
so
I
unfortunate.
thought that I
If I got to play my game, maybe it would. Yeah, you know.
Exactly. Yeah, he'd win earlier in the day. Beyond.
Checking my
Yeah,
phone.
he was-
But yeah, holy shit, that was the whole run, man. That was the whole run. I just can't believe how that all happened, and I wonder. I hope that the VOD review section of this was fun too. But yeah, that's if you guys have any questions or whatever, like this is kind of all I had planned for today was just to celebrate. Maybe I play Uma Musume, I don't know. Force hydration, thank you, thank you. Woo! I plan on streaming again more frequently, so hope you guys, you know, if you guys are enjoying the content, you know, like, follow the stream, follow X3 Drop on YouTube, and I'm planning on streaming a little bit more. It's hard. I mean, I guess I could stream One Piece gameplay, but I don't play Sim, so I mean, I guess I can start learning Sim just to have fun and troll around. But if there's other content that you guys want to see, you know, let me know. And you know, I'm down to watch VODs of other regionals, do a little bit of analysis there. I also thought about doing like coaching content, but not in the sense of like Metafy or anything like that, but like if people want to submit their own VODs and want to hear my thoughts on like the game, or if things were, you know, winnable here and there, like down to do that as well. Am I playing Rayleigh for the rest of PRB2? Yeah, I mean, I might go ahead and like start exploring other decks again, because like I feel like the pressure is off and now I can just play whatever. So I thought about maybe just playing something else, especially because like OP13 is like a hard reset, so this kind of feels like the last time I can play some cope decks. Thank you, Hataro. And I definitely am planning on playing Riftbound. I'm planning on going to the Houston regional, even though I have not bought a card. I've not pre-ordered any boxes or anything, and haven't really played the game yet, so we'll see. But I plan on going, and I think I want to do Riftbound content and learn the game and see if I can compete there too. Going to Houston. Another segment for the podcast that could be fun is guess the leader / card. Oh yeah. Those are always fun. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging out. Coaching and VOD review of other tourneys sounds fun. Okay, yeah. Finish the Final Fantasy games. That's true. That was on my bucket list. I do need to do that. Surreal to have met you at Toronto Regionals. Congrats on the win in LA, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I plan my next trip will be to New Orleans and San Diego. The incentive for Final Fantasy is gone. Yeah, but I'm like a big Final Fantasy person, so like I still want to play the games, but I guess like while I have this momentum, while people are still interested in hanging out here, right now is like the time to play card games, I guess, on my channel, because I normally don't stream to this many people. Shout outs to all like freaking 50 of you guys are in here. I appreciate it. Let me know what content you guys want to see, and maybe I can keep this momentum up. I feel like I have a decent brain for card games and just talking about them in general. So yeah, please hit me with messages on Twitter or like whatever. And if you have questions or like content that you want to see, like let me know. It feels crazy to have so much support behind me, and One Piece would not be what it is to me without the people who are there for me, to play with me, to be, support, and to keep my head on straight and everything. Like, yeah. It was super cool to see you top and hear your reflection on everything. Got to jump on Rayleigh to relearn and fine tune fundamentals. Yeah, man. I do think Rayleigh is a great deck for fundamentals. Like, at base level, Rayleigh, like, conceptually is not the hardest deck to play, I think. But I think there's a lot of little small micro minutia that is like the difference between winning and losing, and like that's one of the reasons why I think the deck is hard, and why I think most people consider the deck to be pretty difficult. I think like yeah, I think it's an awesome deck. I definitely think for the rest of PRB, like, it's definitely a contender deck. That and GP feel like the front runners for me right now in the format. I've been surprised seeing the regional results and seeing how poorly Bonnie and Zoro have done. That was like very surprising to me. I think Zoro is like in a really tough spot for some reason. Partially, I think because I feel like it doesn't bully as many decks anymore. Like Rayleigh and GP both do quite well into it, and then Bonnie, I've been really surprised there's been such a lack of top Bonnies. Like, I don't know if it's like showcasing the problems with consistency with the deck or something like that. But I've been fairly surprised because I feel like Bonnie feels like it's in a good spot too. I have not been watching Worlds, but I've heard that the Shide inted super hard in the first game. That's the only thing I know that's been happening. Oh, and Genji beat the pants off of T1 as per usual. Unfortunate. But yeah, I'll try to stream a little bit more. But I make content every week, guys. So if you guys enjoy hearing me talk about One Piece, well, check out the podcast, guys. There's a podcast called X3 Drop, where we talk about all things card games, but mostly about One Piece. I'll drop the channel, ZelTCG. Go subscribe to that channel. We make videos every week about the game, about some nonsense topics too. Was laughing at the recent fit episode. Dude, I needed to take a picture of my fit, you know? We were talking in that video like, dude. Oh man. Oh, I have a funny story by the way about the regional this weekend. While we were there kind of early, one of our friends, Yoon, or I guess you guys would know him as Loco Doco if you guys remember. If you guys are old League heads, he plays a lot of One Piece now. We were talking and he was like, we should do a bet where if you lose, you have to stand on your chair and yell out, "I'm gonna be the Pirate King!" And it would have been very funny if I had actually done that and actually had won the regional after doing something stupid like that. That idea is very funny. Yeah, Jinax, oh, that's him. That's him. But I just think it's just like very funny if that happened. And also, dude, League Player to OPTCG timeline is real. I heard, I saw Diamond GG. I don't remember what team he played for necessarily, but I know he's been playing One Piece. I know Wild Turtle really enjoys One Piece, and I know I just in card games general, like if you guys know Croissant, he played some One Piece with oh my god, I'm blanking on his name. What is the god of the sun in Greek or Roman? What is it? Fuck, what is it? Apollo. Apollo is into card games. Yeah, archers as well. Realizing I played against Loco Doco was also wild like 2 weeks after it happened. That's very funny. The LA regional player count was only 512. Yeah, I don't know why they do 512. 512 regionals and in a place like SoCal where like we could easily fill a 1024 tournament in LA. But low-key good for me. Low-key, that was good for me. So, you know, maybe I shouldn't complain. When are you all gonna surround Travis and force him into? He hates One Piece, the card game, because I keep mentioning it in his Discord, and he's just like, dude, shut up. Shut up about the One Piece card game. And like low-key, like I don't understand because Magic fucking sucks, bro. Magic fucking sucks right now. I'm just gonna say it as it is. I think Magic is like, besides Modern maybe, I just like cannot stand Magic. Like, God, I'm mostly a limited player, and like Spider-Man is an atrocity to mankind. Echoes of Eternities was also just a bad format. Final Fantasy was awesome. Standard is in like the worst place maybe it's ever been, which is funny because like I feel like we say that a lot. Modern is good. I heard Modern is very good. Do you think it can fill a 2048? 2048 might be tough. I don't know. What was the winnings? Okay. Oh, actually, okay. I'm gonna be doing a thing with Min Hootie soon, so I guess I'll wrap up the stream here. But the winnings was I got a oh, I'll show you guys the cereal. Hold on. Okay, so I am going to keep some of the prizing. I gave off my prizing to one of my friends who like sells a lot of cards. That's my girlfriend. Say hi to Ari. But I'm going to keep my cereal cuz this is my first cereal I've ever won, and I'm just like, look at that. Look at that. Oh wait. I have another. Hold on. Should be able to activate this webcam. on top. Don't know why it doesn't want to work. Okay. But hopefully I can get this to autofocus. Yeah, look at that. So this is my prize collection. Yeah, it's just like, it's such a fucking cool card, man. Unfortunately, I don't think there's any worth in grading it. I kind of want to grade it just to have as a trophy, but I'm gonna be sad because it's like really off center. But I want to display it somehow. I don't know if it's better than the uncut sheet necessarily, but I definitely think it's really cool. Here's some of the other prizing too. We get. Okay, this is my playmat for getting second at a treasure cup. And then this is the first place playmat. Look at how hideous this thing is. I think it's so ugly. But now I've got the ability to flex with the most ridiculous money spread. First and second, baby! But yeah, no, these playmats are actually hideous. Like I wish they like made them cool looking. Like I don't even understand, man. Why did they do this? And then this is the uncut sheet. It's damaged, so I'm sending it back, but it's pretty cool, right? Dude, PlayTCG sent it in the worst way fucking possible, and then they also spent like 3 weeks to get back to me. Low-key really annoyed. They sent it out to me in like just a big box with like no like packing peanuts or anything. So the uncut sheet was obviously just rattling around in the big box. All the prize cards were just dumped into the bottom of the box. Nothing. So everything in there was just probably rattling around like crazy as it was shipped to me. And like the tape wasn't very well done, so it was like the tape didn't quite like close the box. I don't know. It's just crazy, man. I was so mad about how it was packaged. But yeah, that's going to be it for the stream. Yeah, I just super crazy run. I'll stream again soon. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I definitely want to do more One Piece content and stuff. Oh, you guys want to see another cool thing that I won recently? For top 3 at one of our locals, you got a magazine Luffy. I think this card is gorgeous, so I just wanted to share that with you guys really quick. Yeah, they're gonna. I think they're gonna send me a new one, but I'm just like worried that they're just gonna be like, yeah, it's lost or something. I don't know. Just mad about the situation. You're flexing, dude. No one can flex harder than JCM either with muscles and or cards. It's actually impossible. That man is a brick shit house, and he's just a goat at the game and has like a bajillion serials. Like, yeah, there's no way. And mangas, dude. He has enough like I don't know, like PSA 10 graded cards that would go to the ceiling. Play TCG is a local shop here in Fort Worth under the name Eclipse. Yeah. Yeah, I'm mad at them. Dude, the AA leader slabs is just the tip of the iceberg, is the crazy thing. Oh my god. I'm not a fan. Yeah, I mean, you know, even if you were, it's fine. It's just like, I'm just personally annoyed with dealing with them. And I feel like they can run their events better too. So, but that being said, again, they just happen to have tons of sealed product after Cardfest. I see. They seem well connected with Bandai. That's for sure. Appreciate you guys hanging out in the stream. I really appreciate it. I want to do more streaming again, especially while I'm in between jobs. So if you guys are liking the content, liking my general vibe, I generally play random games here on stream. I want to do a small version of, like, if you guys ever seen like the Summit, like Smash Summit, I think it'd be really fun to do something like that in my apartment, where I'm going to set up a gameplay table here and have like a bunch of my friends in the other room where we commentate over that and stream that. So that's like something I'm trying to produce right now. So I'm trying to figure out the logistics of that, but it's something I want to do when we test for like OP13 and like Riftbound and stuff like that, and we could do like live gameplay streams. So it's something that I really want to do. LA has tons of great players, so it'd be like super easy to just get like, I don't know, Nikki, Jerry, JCM, all these like truly great One Piece players to come in and like hang out with us. I think it would be really cool. So look forward to that. But otherwise, yeah, on this channel, I'll be streaming. Maybe I'll stream some One Piece gameplay. Maybe I'll stream other things, but I just hope you guys enjoy it. Yeah, Zell's House 1. That'd be so insane. So stuff to look forward to. I appreciate you guys. Thanks for all the support. Go check out the YouTube channel, and with that, I will bid you farewell. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys. Thanks so much, and see you guys next time. Bye. Oh, maybe I should raid somebody while we have all y'all here. Who should I raid? Who's streaming right now? One Piece card game. We need to bump up the One Piece stream section. You know what I mean? I actually don't know anybody who's streaming. I literally don't know anybody. We'll just pick a random person. This guy's title is I didn't win a One Piece regional. Okay. Is this person cool? I don't want to raid somebody that isn't cool. Yeah, well, I guess you did. I don't know. I don't want to like accidentally raid somebody who's like, for some reason there's like One Piece card game players and content creators who are like bigoted and stuff, and it's just crazy to me that they exist. Okay, well, maybe another time then. Okay, I just don't want to like prop up somebody that I will later regret. So anyways, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you guys.